Now if you have a Bluetooth adapter, you can call start LE scan. Start LE scan is exactly what you see just now, you scan. So start LE scan means you start a low energy scan. It will not get anything from 2.0. Only Bluetooth low energy device. Okay? So when you scan, so what it does is actually a bit dumb. It will keep on get a call back that actually some device is covered, some device is covered. You actually have to handle it. And when you start the scan, right, if you don't stop it, right, I think it scans forever. Which actually you can't do anything. So usually you have to call him after a certain time. Okay? So usually what you do is you start the handler, put in some 5-second delay, you scan for 5 seconds, you scan for 10 seconds, depends. Now of course you say, but what if I want to scan forever? You want to scan forever, you do like this. You start, stop, start, stop, start, stop, start, stop. So actually when you stop, actually the callback you get and you can process it and then you wait for 5 seconds and so on. Or actually you want it to faster, you start, stop very frequently. Okay? So after that, right, after this finish, right, this callback will receive all the devices. You only need one callback, which is this next one. So this is in the callback. And in this callback, in the interface, right, there is one method will be called whenever there is a device discovered. Where is it? You see, it will return as Bluetooth device, the signal strength, and the scan record. For most of us, right, not important, the scan record. Scan record important only when you build an app just based on advertising. No need connect, no need services, no need characteristic. Why got such app? Simple. Apple iBeacon. Apple iBeacon work in a way that actually you never connect to it. They just keep on advertising some things like, oh, I'm here, this is the location. So you get it from there. Which means also you can start to do something like this. For example, some people actually do some demo and actually they create a device, put on the wall, just get internet clock and make sure the clock is accurate and then advertise the time. So if you have whatever device actually you want to make sure your clock is correct, you can just scan to see the latest exact time. But of course it's a bit nonsense, but the demo works. Because you are just keep on advertising the time. Where do they put the value? In the scan record. Okay? So you see, whenever you scan, right, if you want to fill up the list just now, the name, right, is get name, then the family name, the choice, and so on. You get the address, which is the MAC address. That's the important. The name never can do any unique identifications. Like me, you see, can change it and can have duplicate. But address is the one actually you can pinpoint, oh, this is the one. Okay? So you have to display so that actually the user can select if this is a selection one. And finally, the type they actually, but don't bother it won't show classic It's either IE or dual Okay? But usually actually get type more important Okay? So now look at the what can you do? First thing actually you can based on the SSI value, right? Tell whether how far is it or how near is it. Why is it important even though you are not doing iBeacon? Because actually then now you can detect whether someone is have eye choice very near to it, or actually it's not his one or something. Why? Because let's say there are 6 people here and you scan for eye choice, one of them has the highest SSI value. Probably that one you should leave as the top so that actually select that one. Why? Because it's on his hand. Of course it's high, the nearest. That's convenience. But you probably still don't do automatically. What if you actually purposely want to connect something far away? So you get my point. You can just keep on checking the SSI value to see whether or what is it and so on. With me also you can do something like actually scan for SSI value. Whenever it's near you do something. Let's say the value dropped to -33, which is very, very near already. or negative 40, which is okay lah, quite near lah. Within 1 meter already, then you can do something lah. You can start to actually notify, oh, do you want to start working and so. Okay, that's the RSI value. Of course, then the next one will be you really want to read the scan record lah. Okay, for example, if you want to do apps with iBeacon, you have to read the scan record. Without reading the scan record, you don't know whether it is the iBeacon or not. So for example, this is the iBeacon scan record. So you have a value here lah. So if you want, like, this is a sample of a working one lah. Because this one last time actually present for someone need to do an iBeacon, so it's actually quite detailed lah. So for example, you see, if you receive this kind of byte, right, you suddenly will know this is the iBeacon advertising, and then you actually know which is the company is it from. So 4000 is from Apple, which I don't know where is it from. I mean, 004C is from where that actually is Apple, you don't know. People just tell you 004C is Apple. Okay? Then also you can see the main things, which is this is the UUID. They have to advertise this UUID. This is probably the services UUID. Because iBeacon also have to tell us the services UUID. This is the one we detect whether this is really iBeacon or not. Because someone else can advertise a different thing also. And then finally, this is the value. The value we use. Why? How do they detect distance RSSI value just now, right? Remember just now? Inside the callback. So you get what? Negative 90, negative 75, negative 32, negative 40. How to change to meter? No idea. Luckily, inside iBeacon, they have to tell you the value at 1 meter. Why? Which means that if you know the value at 1 meter, there's a formula for you to convert the value to other meter. So simple lah. Let's say now, right, the RSI just now show you C5, which is negative 59. How far is it from you? 1 meter lah. Exactly lah. So if you see negative 59 is 1 meter lah. Anything higher than negative 59, like negative 44, negative 32, is less than 1 meter. Negative 3 something probably near to like centimeter already lah. Okay? So the formula exactly how I forget lah, you can search online. Okay, any question? Let's assume you do iBeacon lah.
Excuse me, this value is same between all?
No. You have to read the device to see what is it. If it's the same for all, they don't even need to put this here. Which means you can change it. Means Apple can change the iBeacon. So some of them might be C6, some of them might be D2 and so on. Which means the value is at 1 meter, what is the strength? Means it's like a what? Point of reference. So you now know, because if this one change, let's say this is D6 side, which means that if you scan D6 is 1 meter. Another one actually C5 is 1 meter, C5 is 1 meter. So when the C5 is 1 meter and you read the value of D6, is actually further. Okay, and so on. Okay, that's when you just need the advertising. Now we look at the one actually, what if you want to connect? This one's easier. Why? Once you have remember we have a Bluetooth adapter. So when you have a Bluetooth adapter, right, you actually scan, right? Scan there, then you get the address, which is here. The address, correct? So this address, right, you call one method. Connect that. If you ask me what is it, I think you better read yourself. Very long story. General attribute, something lah. That's the one actually handle characteristic and so on. So you have to connect to it. So when you connect to it, right, this is important. When you connect to it, right, if you want it to connect back, if it's disconnect, it's true. It works. It's actually quite fun. You look at it, oh, just connect back. You purposely disconnect, then look at it, connect back. Walk away, come back, connect back. If it's called with true. From what I see, it's actually quite good, especially on those quite standard device. Like the one I had just now. This one will work on this standard one. And also, you need the callback lah. What can you do with the callback? Everything is done in this callback. That's all. End of story. This method is called, you get a callback. Everything is done in that callback. You want connected, write something, read something, discover something, all in this. So what? Let's see what is inside this callback lah. This one. It's very important callback. Oh, by the way, you may want to have a reference to it so that you can disconnect it. That's how you disconnect it lah. This name lah. Okay, one thing. This is kind of technical already. All this is done in background track. If you understand. The one actually attend my class with name, you understand lah. I think most of you, if programming, you know what is multi-threaded, right? So whenever I call this method, the callback is not on my main thread. It's in another thread. Why? Because all the connection, all the discovery service and so on is done in another thread. Which create one problem. You cannot simply modify the UI from all this callback. The UI. Like, hey, I want to update the list. So it doesn't work. I want to change the name of the button from connect to disconnect or blah 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 and so on. So it doesn't work. Of course, you modify anything from the background thread on the UI is the permission denied and nothing happened. It will crash, it's just nothing happened. So because of that, right, remember this very nice method, run on UI thread. Everything you want to modify the UI, add this up. So let's say you see, oh, connected. Okay, update the status there, make it to connected. So it's a text field, set text, connected, doesn't work. Easy. Run on UI thread, put in new callback, main runnable, put it inside run, then it works. This one you have to remember lah, because it's a common problem. Actually, always get questions sir, it doesn't change Of course it doesn't change because you have to do it on UI, not on the background. Okay? Then now, now since you know that, right, I assume that actually everything you see here actually is run on UI if I want to change UI. Okay, now one of the method is on connection state change. Okay? We are talking about this callback now. Inside here. Which this callback, what is the method you get? First is important one. On connection state change. Means you can detect whether you are connected or not. So what do? Inside this, the last integer, right? You check whether this last integer is this constant. It's connected. If it's connected, then of course you should show already lah. Sometimes there's a red color button, now change to green lah. And then you continue to do the discovery service and so on. Because if it's not connected, you try to discover service, is a crash lah. If you handle nicely, you just do nothing lah. Okay? So after that, right, you see also I check. Of course, after you connected, try to discover all the service lah. Just like what the app do lah, just to list out all lah. Okay? But if you know exactly the services you ID, you can connect directly lah. Usually lah. But some device is not. You at most still need to do one-time discover service so that actually all the services is like wake up. Something like that lah. Because sometimes you try to connect directly, it doesn't work lah. So it depends on your device also lah. If you connect directly, it doesn't work, try to discover first, then only connect. So after you discover service, you will list out inside like this. What is the method? Oh, after that, right, it will retrigger that method to be called on services discover. Inside there, right, call get services will return a list of the services. Exactly what you see inside here. It will return a list of services. Simply iChoice. Actually, you can see what is inside iChoice. But it's very far, negative 91. So probably you cannot. Okay, discovery now. Got 4. I would suspect all is done in the third one. Because, oh no, 16. What time is it? Okay, almost end. So you see, this is the discover service which is done in this line. Why? Because you get all you get all the services as a list and you can get their UID lah. The UID is the one important lah, because you compare to your data sheet, you know this UID is doing this and so on. So once you get all the UID right, you can list it out as a list if you want. Or actually, if you know what you want, right, you've found the UID, just connect directly lah. To do what? To get all the characteristics lah. Correct. So you see, once I have a services, the reference just call. Having anyone do anything is the second one or the fourth one more important? Let's try the fourth one the third one. Okay, now I access and call get characteristic. I return all the characteristic notify, and write. Don't know what is it. Okay? You have documentations. So now, after that, what you do after you have all the characteristics? So you can see, right? I can get all the characteristics and then list out as a list of characteristics. So inside the list of characteristics, right, you look through it and check each one characteristic, you can get the UID again. But get UID doesn't mean anything lah. But you can get properties. You can get properties. Property returns as value. I think 4 means write lah, 8 means read lah, 16 means discover lah, and so on. So the way it works is that if 4 means read and 8 means write, 12 means what? Read and write. 4, 8, 16. 20 means what? Notify and read. 24, notify and write. 8, 6, 4, 8, 12, 16. 28 means everything. Correct. For example, actually I forget the value. You have to check the documentation. That's how bit looks like. First bit 0, 2, 4, 8, 16 and so on. Okay, after you know the properties, then you can do either read, write, or notify. I'm sorry. 1 o'clock actually. Any question? So let's say simply let's say I want to read What do you do if you want to read? You actually just call the get server, read the characteristic and put the characteristic here. Not the UID, the characteristic itself. Which means this one. Here. Correct. Because you have a list of get characteristic, you read this directly. But of course then you say, how do I know which one to read? Get the UID and check now. You get the UID, you check whether is it the UID you want, then you read lah. Okay? How to read? Just call get read characteristic, put the characteristic inside. And the problem is actually, you get the value right away. No, it's a callback. You have to wait for the on characteristic read being called and check what is the value. So which means that in that method, right, you have to check whether is this you ask for. Because you read, there are 4 characteristics for you to read. You read 4 of them. They're all being called here. And some may be faster, some may be slower. You have to check which one is which one. You better check lah. Of course, if you only got 1 characteristic to read, then nothing lah. You don't have to check also lah. That's the value lah. So inside here, right, after you read, right, the characteristic return, right, will have the value. You still have to call the same characteristic and read the value. And then now you can, of course, to be safe, check that UID also lah. Correct. Because if you read multiple characteristics, you have to know which one you are reading lah. The humidity or the temperature and so on. And it's in byte. Convert yourself. It's easy. Okay, this is how to write. To write, right, you create a byte value you want to write. How many bytes? That one totally depends on what is it you write. Like just now, what you see when on the lamp is 3 bytes. So you create the byte array, 03, 00, 01, and then do like this just now lah. Until you find the characteristic, set the value, and then ask the guard to write it to that characteristic. This one you get a return, 0 or 1. Success or fail. End of story lah. Okay? And finally, the notify is longer. Why? Because notify means need descriptor. So what you do is actually from the characteristic, right? Check all the descriptors that actually you know actually can be notified. Okay? So what you do is actually you go through all of the descriptor, which is the last layer, and then do this. In the descriptor, set a value that actually you want it to be notified. It's a constant, probably true or something. After that, do the same thing again. Ask the guy to write the descriptor to that descriptor, and then write the set the characteristic notification based on this descriptor and set true. You will get the notification. But I suspect this one don't have one. But actually got a lot of N but don't know what is it Okay? This will be the callback. For anything that actually you do this, right? Do the characteristic notification true, right? Which means that whenever there is a change of value, this will be called. So if you are doing this one, right, this is called a lot. You change, you call, you change, you call. Handle it by reading the characteristic value. That's all. Very simple, right? Correct? The concept is very simple. There are only three things you can do. Write to it, read to it, and get set notification. And most of the code, right, if you get a very good full example, you just need to modify a bit here and there. And some of them actually give full example, even code like this. The scanning code. You search online also you can get. But if you cannot find it, email to me, I can find for you. Because I also have similar code. Now actually just for fun, let's see what can we do? Can we read something, right? Okay, so let's start the diary again. And I actually assume this I is nearer now. X7 already. Okay, we go nearer to you and connect. You see, it's not connected. Whose eye choice is it? Yours? Yeah. Can you bring it up and see whether is it yours?
It doesn't have full battery. It's just halfway.
Oh.
That's why it's not testing it.
Okay, it's connecting. Any question? This is I thought actually I can demo, but I don't think got time. You want to eat lunch already? But you're actually connected. Then mess up already. Let's see if we got luck or not. You see, like I said just now, right? Can I easily find any sample that actually got Bluetooth scanning, right? Just try simply GitHub, diary scanning Android. I think this won't get me. This is not fully I cannot scan that. No. Okay, let's go through some. I think this is a sample somewhere. Let's go and have a look. What do you do? You see, you do exactly what I did. Has a handler. One handler can handle UI for backup. This one, they also check whether LB is there or not. So they do it quite in front. If it's not there, you just finish this queue already. So if it's there, right, get the Bluetooth manager, get the adapter, and if the adapter, don't need to check. After that, right, I think he create a button that when you click, right, it starts to scan. Right, it's here. Start to scan. Okay, start to scan. He create a list to store it. So when you start to scan, right, and then you wait for the callback on LE scan. Where is the callback? Okay, on LE scan callback is here, which means that when you scan, right, what he do is actually he also run on your trend, same like you He actually add the device to the list and then make the list refresh. So now it means actually you have to click on the list. That probably means there will be a method called on this item click. So on this item click, where is the list? So when you click on the list, Click on degree. Select class. Oh, it's here. See, that's what we design. How do I stop? But you go and read yourself. Since there's a full example here, probably run it. Then you just modify accordingly. If you just want to. Nice. Oh, okay, on this item click. You can see you actually get the device in the list because position mark. So which list you click, right? You get the device. So then what do you do? You start the scan and then actually start another activity. So the data is in another activity. So you probably have to look for what is. So you start a device control activity. So you have to look at device control activity. Very long. Okay, this is the device control activity. So when you start, right, you get the photo service, you get the every service, you get the state. Because you try to connect, that's the concern for all the state. And then you display all the services. It's a list. It becomes quite complicated. But this one should work. Seems like exactly like the app you see just now. You check all the device, click on it, discover the services, list as a list. Click on the services, check for the characteristic, list as a list. Show the property, read or write or notify, and do whatever you want. So your time choice. Here. Actually, I want to simply read something. Okay, now I can get. So just now the 5 characteristics not useful. Let's try the 16 one. Anything can be read. What? How come the thing being read? Oh, right over here. It's only right and notify. Then how do you get notified? Which one important? CD 01. What is being notified? But it's N already. Any question? Notify means actually every step you walk, you get notified like that. Every time the value change in your distance travel calorie burn is you get notified and notified. Oh, then the code very busy. Then you decide what to do. Probably not this one, right? Not this one, right? It should be the 5 one, right? This one so many. This one's simple.
Just pass. Just keep passing.
Yeah. No, I try actually at least I want to know like what is the total step walk. Then I can just read from somewhere. You mean it's not even here. There's no such thing. You mean that actually the step walk is actually telling you actually have to get the step and then store it inside your app, that kind of things. But I don't know what but since it's doing nothing, right? Whenever all notify first, still nothing changes. Okay, that's all.
Any questions?
So any questions, I am the contact. You can search my name. What? Photo also can. My name is here. So this is my what do I have an email? Number no need, right? If you want number, you email me, ask me my name. But you want to find me in Facebook, right? That's not the email, it's this one. Right? link. The slide you want, right, you have to email me and send to you. The slide not in GitHub. Slide not in GitHub, but probably it's in the Google Doc somewhere. My scanning code probably is in GitHub, but I don't know where is it now. But actually, you don't need mine also, full of them online. If I publish also another one, duplicate again. Okay, there are some videos also quite nice. You can search YouTube. There is an example for one of the training center, how to do Android PLE. Just search for that. That's at least half an hour of tutorial. Free. This a famous one, it's called Circle. From Google, nothing. Google one very short, it's just an introduction. And this one, new circle training. You need to pay one with the training, but this one they do for free, half an hour. Exactly what I want to see. Discover services, scan. Okay? That's all. You can all make the light up. What happened to mine? Good. This is from TI. It's the development tool for TI sensor. It's actually quite nice because you can do read, write, and notify. Notify is from a button. Read is actually from all the sensors inside. There are multiple sensors inside. Is there an app already? So we don't need to write one. So what can we do? We do with our own. This I actually quite news also. How many ideas you can have? I'm waiting for
Okay. Any question?
we have for another 5 minutes.
If you say no question, then lunch is outside.
Yeah, actually it's okay.
Yeah, the lunch first, then later we come back for the iOS training.
For example,
so that have the device on. Good, if you can charge it now and then try to carry it. Because it seems that problem with the Android sensor. So you try. If you say cannot, it's not working with the Bluetooth BLE 4.0 with your Android, then we can change for you.
No, that's assume their phone has Bluetooth LE.
BLE, yeah. Some BLE
one
also
without one don't bother complain.
Some BLE
cannot connect, of course.
No, some BLE also can connect. Because when we launch it, we do it for the iPhone.
Yeah, correct.
So the Android one, they are some compatible problems.
The Android, right? Sometimes if you keep on crashing when you do service discover or something, right? You have to factory reset the phone. There are some stack, something wrong with it. The BLE stack wrong. I don't think you can fix by without factory reset. If you then want to do that. And if it crashes again, you have to factory reset again. So you know what's the they can search themselves up if they want to know what. There is a file, right? They put in this log. They never clear it. If full, right, it crashed. That's end of the story. But you can't clear it yourself because it's in somewhere in the stack, somewhere, not under your control. You have to factor this. And it's clean again, then you fill it up again, crash again, then you fill it again. That's the reason if you want to know why. Means actually if you fail to connect to anything also, right, factory resets can help. Because it's full already, you cannot do anything already. Or actually change the ROM. Can also. Buy a phone without the box. No value. And what? No, the problem is not on this, it's on the phone. And it's not on hardware, it's on software. It's a software problem. They make a bug somewhere there. See, since the log is filled up, you cannot do anything. You can read on it, like, actually quite fun. They make such mistake. If his Nexus device is fixed easily, the problem is actually some device never get any update, right? Some of them. This is the protocol. Wow. Actually, they also tell you not to do it, right? But they didn't. What is it also? Oh. You get that from Alex? What is doing now? No more question. Not lunch, right?
Yeah, lunch is provided outside. Okay. So if you say you have any problem with the device, email to us. Okay. If there's a faulty, then we will change. Okay. Lunch.
Right, you go.